Hi everybody, welcome back. This is another demo lesson. We are going to take our watercolor pictures now and lay them out and kind of have conversations about what happened to the water, maybe watch a video about how evaporation occurs, science crash course or something like that. They have great videos. I have a couple attached to lesson plans. But then you want to take the watercolors. I told you ideally you want large watercolors, so I simulated a watercolor here with Sharpies. So you can see this is my watercolor picture. And I'm going to show you how to create a watercolor book. So the first thing we do is we fold in half. I do this every year with my students, and what I have to tell them, I will hang this up on the board and I tell them, don't do anything until I tell you to. So I fold it in half as a demonstration. I unfold it and then I say, okay, now you're going to do it with yours. Let's do it together. Fold it in half and then crease it. I do normally have craft sticks. So that way each kid has a craft stick and you have those in your set too. So you'll use your craft stick and you'll just smooth out that line and make sure they crease it really well. You'll have to teach them how to do that for the most part because they don't know how to do that. You know, we've learned to use a fingernail or something like that, but kids struggle. I don't know if you, yeah. So unfold it and then again, I do and then we do together. So you'll take the top half and you'll fold to the center. And I tell my kids, the most perfect you can get these folds, the better your book is going to look, but either way, it will be really artistic and crafty. So, it will be fantastic no matter what they create, but, they won't believe you with the whole, the most perfect you can get it, the better, because they'll just inevitably you'll have those willy-nilly kids and who knows what they'll end up with. All right, so you fold it halfway down and then unfold it. Then you're going to turn your paper and do the same thing. Again, I would demonstrate with kids first and then have them do it with you. So that way you can make sure that you're all on the same page. I walk around to make sure that I get a lot of steps this day because I walk around after every step just to make sure. It takes some time, but this is fantastic when it's finished. So fold it halfway down, unfold. You're totally going to use this in your class. Now we turn it long ways and we're going to do the same thing. So we fold in half. And crease. And unfold. And then we're just going to do the same thing that we did before. So fold down and crease. And notice my watercolor picture was actually facing up. That will be beneficial to know in the long run. All right, unfold, you got glass, flip it over, and you've got this giant grid. I think it's 4x4s. And got some crazy cutting skills here. All right, crease. I'm doing it with my fingernail, but again, you want to make sure to enforce crease every time. All right. So we have this really nice gridded paper here. So what I do, I don't allow my kids to cut until they draw the lines that they need to cut. So I'm just going to use a Sharpie to show you guys that. So we're going to start at the top left, and for 3 boxes, I think they can see, so 1, 2, 3. So I drew a line along the side of 3 of those boxes and stopped before the end. I tell, it kind of looks like a rat race after you're done. I'll show you what I mean by that. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to start from the bottom and the middle and go up 3. So 1, 2, 3, like so. And then do the same thing, just mirror that on the opposite side, what you do on the left side. So down 1, 2, 3. Do not let them get the scissors out until you check that all of this is right first, but you know that. Cutting cannot be undone. Well, I mean, you can tape it, but it's not as nice. All right, so after everybody has it done, it does kind of look like a maze, so you start here and then you go this way. And I just talk about what it looks like. When you cut on the lines, it kind of looks like an M, or if you flip it upside down, it looks like a W. I use those kind of, that kind of terminology. Scissors? Whoa, thank you. Use that kind of terminology, just kind of talking about what it looks like, because it helps them to see what I see. So now we're just going to cut on the black lines. Would you like to cut? Sure. So some ideas after we create the books, I'm gonna let him cut while I talk. You can use this book. I've actually used this book to transfer poetry from a language arts unit that we do at the beginning of the year. So my weather unit and my language arts poetry unit kind of go together. So it ends up being a watercolor poetry book. But something Jeffrey and I were talking about is this could be, he mentioned using the shaving cream lesson to draw pictures of those clouds, or to even write definitions of different weather vocabulary in the book. Jeffrey does something called graffiti art. If we get a chance to show you that, we will. If not, it's easily accessible on the internet as well. So get creative with your books. Make sure you use them. Nice job. It's a great cut job. So we have a W, or you can flip it upside down and you got an M, or we talk about it kind of looks like pants, you know. All right, so the last part is just the folding of the book. So what you'll do is you'll start at one end and you will fold down. So it's kind of a forward backwards fold, so hang in there. What I do is I'll fold one side and then I unfold it, and then I have them do it with me. Again, walking around, you know, the kids who can handle this can help the struggling ones. So fold down and then back. All right, so you should see the colors, then fold over and then under. Over, under. So you're kind of following that racetrack, that little rat race thing I was talking about. Does that make sense? Again, over, under. Here's my fold job. Over, under, over, under. Kind of creasing as I go. Getting those nice straight lines. All right. Over, under, and then over again. So you have this nice little square, or rectangle, not quite a square. So now you've just got a bunch of pages that look really great. So you can see it's from one side, you have this strangeness where it opens in different ways. See in the back side, it kind of opens this way. So one side is your book side, and the other side is the weird back that you have to end up gluing together. So page 1, notice that page 2 opens this way, so we want to glue those white sides together. So I open, and I do this real slow with the kids. If you're using Elmer's glue, one thing that I learned is putting the glue in a plastic container. I have a paper plate here. I'm just going to put it straight on the paper, but if you use a plastic container and a craft stick to glue down the parts, then it helps them to spread more evenly. So it's a good trick when you're using Elmer's glue. So open all the way.
It's going crazy. It's fine.
So when your glue starts
Oh
working.
no, it's going. Shut.
Working glue. So we use our Elmer's glue, put glue on one side, and we close it back and press. So turn the book toward you like you're the one creating it. So you'll open the page, and notice now it doesn't open all strange. It actually opens like it's one page Now you flip that, and when you try to open the next one, it does this weird thing. So the idea is you are gluing down the white parts, and I don't know if you can tell, it doesn't quite look white because the Sharpie has bled through, but you can tell the kids as they go and do it with them that you glue the white sides together, so that way you have that really nice color. So they will open one of two ways. They will either open this or like this, the back side. So, and if you need me to re-explain this or to even walk you through it, I can show you how I do it with the kids. I can get my nephews to create one if you need for me to, just so you can see how I do it with them. But it is a step-by-step walkthrough process. It takes time, but the time is worth it to create something really nice that they can use for other purposes. And you might end up realizing that you love it so much that you create more than one. Who knows? But yeah, if you have any questions, just feel free to email me. I'll be more than happy to do it again or answer any questions that you have. But you just keep gluing until they're all glued together, and then you have single pages. And if you want to go through after you're done, you can use cardstock to wrap around and have them decorate. For my watercolor books for poetry, they created an image that went along with their poetry on the front and put a name on it, and in the very back there was an about me page, and I printed their pictures to put in the back, so it was their little poetry book. So any questions, let me know.